pedophiles.
Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA held a Young Women's Leadership Summit where they were conditioning women, of course, to be good, submissive partners. They want them to save themselves from marriage. You know, just the typical standard, dorky, conservative stuff where they're getting super involved in people's personal sex lives and what people do in their bedrooms.
Now, there was a moment where they brought out someone they referred to as a cute conservative. And let's take a look at how that all went down.
I just want to introduce Kyle by saying this. I wanted to talk a lot about what kind of man you should want to be attracted to. Men, your number one goal is to protect your family and to stand strong in the face of opposition from culture and evil. And Kyle Rittenhouse is a man who does that. God bless Kyle Rittenhouse. You want to say a few words?
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for all the support and everything. Thank you guys for the prayers. And thank you guys for being strong women.
So, you know, Kyle Rittenhouse, a guy who opened fire on 3 protesters in Kenosha, Wisconsin. The first time being after someone threw a bag at him and he turned around and decided to shoot.
No,
and he turned around and decided to shoot. Details do matter because this stuff is caught on camera. You know, the New York, there's. But I was wrong about that, okay? So I want to correct the record. I was, in fact, wrong about that.
She's wrong about a lot of things.
Now, he was acquitted in that trial, but
those people are dead.
Those people, yeah.
I mean, yeah, OJ was also acquitted. Congratulations.
Yeah. Anyway, people get mad at me when I talk about other people's looks, so I guess I'll just keep it to myself. Whatever. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Not cute. I'll just say not cute.
Yeah.
The whole point of this conference was be submissive. Your husbands are supposed to lead. Don't even look at any other guys, even before you get married. Save yourself for a guy that you barely know, and then hope that he leads you in the right direction, because he's a man and you're not. You're just a woman.
And then they bring out this killer, and he killed 2 people. He was acquitted, but he killed them. That's the only thing he's known for.
That's the only thing he's saying. Oh, you went to a protest against police abuse and you killed 2 people.
Oh yeah. And so maybe they should have brought OJ. I mean, he's a strong man.
Right.
He's black. I mean, I don't know.
Well,
would they be
that's a
into that?
problem, right?
But Charles Manson.
Excuse me, the fuck did you just say?
I don't know. You guys like killers.
Right? So, strong man, yeah! Oh my God, he's got a swastika on his forehead. So strong. He doesn't listen to anybody.
I don't even like. It's interesting because you come at this from a place of anger, and but like the thing that I don't understand is how do you look at Kyle Rittenhouse and think, no, I want him to be the leader of my family. Like I look at him and I think he's the perfect person to protect me. He's a guy who first opened fire during that BLM protest after someone threw a bag in his direction. I was in fact wrong about that.
She's wrong about a lot of things.
So
I mean, I don't see that as strength. Like I see, look, for me, strength is, all right, I'm in a little bit of a scary situation, right? But why don't I see if I can de-escalate, right? Like, how can I be an actual leader, right?
And an actual leader, by the way, wouldn't go out of his way to go to a protest where he obviously disagrees with the protesters.
What the hell are you talking about? Who are you talking to?
With a gun, right?
So fucking what?
Not even concealed, like showing off his gun, obviously meant to provoke the situation. I was in fact wrong about that.
She's wrong about a lot of things.
Looking for Trump. Looking for Trump. Like here's what I like in a husband, right? Someone who's not out to provoke a situation, provoke violence. But I don't know, like my husband doesn't feel the need to go to a protest, and that's my husband. Candace Owens, who thinks that successful.
That's my husband.
That's a real man, okay? A real man. Emily,
A real man.
Yeah. So, Anna, I'm not mad at the women. I get it. And propaganda is a hell of a thing. Okay, but that's them. That's their decisions. I believe in freedom. The only part I'm angry about is, I mean, I'm mad about the original propaganda, but at this point, those women are saying,
I know, I'm volunteering for it.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
The part I'm mad about is celebrating Rittenhouse. Like, oh, this guy went to go pick a fight.
You are a compulsive liar.
And then wound up killing 2 people because somebody threw a plastic bag at him and a skateboard or whatever, right?
But are you not in fact a chronic and habitual liar?
And he got acquitted and he got away with the killings. Oh, I think that's so strong and manly. So I'm willing to submit to him and whatever violent proclivities he has.
Yeah, I'm just not surprised. Like, it's hard for me to get angry at something that I predicted and something that I knew was gonna happen.
Because this is what they are.
So I mentioned O.J. Simpson earlier because he also killed 2 people and he was also acquitted. And so you're right.
He is black.
So they probably wouldn't have him come and say,
Submit to me.
Having a white killer say that, they think makes perfect sense.
90% of the time, I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
But the idea is, once you're married to someone, you should just trust all their decisions. Should Nicole Brown Simpson have just trusted OJ's decisions?
Are you fucking dumb?
They're brainwashing you for their own agenda, which is to control you completely and make sure you have no voice at all. It's literally the most obvious thing in the world.
And by the way, Kyle Rittenhouse was also caught on camera beating up his girlfriend.
No, that's wrong.
A little note of caution for all the ladies who are turned on by Kyle Rittenhouse.
No, just trust his judgment.
No, maybe
No,
yeah,
that's it.
maybe that's the right thing to do.
I mean, according to this conference, just take it, okay?
I think it's the dumbest philosophy in the world.
But that's what the conference is about, so enjoy.
Details do matter because this stuff is caught on camera. You do see it in the video, someone taking a skateboard and hitting Rittenhouse over the head with it as he's on his back. But I was wrong about that, okay? So I want to correct the record. I was in fact
Wrong about that.
and I haven't seen this video yet, but it was already, New York, but I was wrong about that, okay? So I want to correct the record. I was in fact
Wrong about that.
New York, I haven't seen this video yet, but but I was wrong about that, okay? So I want to correct the record. I was in fact
Wrong about that.
She's wrong about a lot of things.
Squish, squash, smush. No matter how sharp your favorite knife is, your food ends up like this. Yuck. Well,
Say goodbye to the squishing and squashing. If you've got some cutting to do, you need power. Take a look at the mightiest cutting,
Chopping, slicing, dicing, cubing, mincing tool ever invented for the kitchen.
After the massacre in Buffalo, New York, discussion of white replacement theory is front and center, and the question of how many voters in America actually believe that white people are being intentionally replaced by people of color.
What percentage? How many of them actually believe this? Well, we have a new
Pretty terrifying.
YouGov poll that shows that the majority of Republican voters do in fact think this is true. The YouGov poll is
Terrifying.
but I do have one note of caution, right? Because for me, the real question is, do they believe that this is a conspiracy, like something's being intentionally done to make this happen? There's a difference between acknowledging demographic shifts versus thinking there's some crazy manipulated like strategy to replace white people, right? Because white replacement theory is that Jewish people are conspiring and like carrying out this strategy to replace white people, which is insane, obviously.
Nonetheless, 58% of Republicans said,
oh yeah, white people are gonna be replaced.
So now let's break down how over the top
Racist this is.
And if the word
Racist.
offends you,
Well, the fact that you are racist offends us way more. Way more, okay?
So we're even, and let's move on. And now I'll prove to you that anyone who answered yes to this is a definitive racist. White people are going to be replaced by who? Non-white people. Why is that a problem?
Because you're a racist.
No, but it's literal. Like, so if you told me, hey, you're going to be replaced. First, we'll get back to it in a second. Replaced for what? Where am I going, right? But if you told me you're going to be replaced, let's say that the next host here is going to be a Latino or someone black. Why would I care? Why is that a bad thing? Because they think white people should be in charge. And the idea of having white people replaced, they find to be abhorrent.
Other blacks, Latinos, Asians, non-white people in charge?
They find that idea disgusting. That's because they're
overtly racist.
Okay, but do you get the point that I'm trying to make? Like, look, I remember doing a show for Fusion back in 2016 where we were specifically talking about how the demographic, and we were celebrating it. We didn't think it was a bad thing, obviously. That, the Trump support was like the last gasp of like white America, right?
Yeah.
I remember talking about that. So
that's
like,
right.
You just posted cringe.
So like if we were to answer this poll the way that it's being phrased, right? Like it's demonstrably true, but it's not asking you if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Do you get what I'm saying?
No. White people are not being replaced. That is not true. That's not even close to true.
Are demographics shifting? Yes. Why it's not true when you say replace and white people is the key part, okay?
Fair.
So you're not being replaced at all. More people are coming in. Some of them, by the way, are white.
We were celebrating it, obviously.
Like Ukrainians and other
white.
But if we're adding other races, how are we replacing you?
No, you're just saying, I don't like the other races. I don't want them to come in addition to the people that are already here.
Because they're not white. If they were white, that's totally fine. Because it says white people, right? There's no subtlety at all in this.
Okay.
God, we're so doomed. Like I mean, every year this country gets significantly worse with extremists and racists, like having more and more extremist and racist thoughts.
We were celebrating it, obviously.
That are being fueled also by the right-wing media ecosystem that honestly, what do we have on the left, right? We have some independent media, sure. But can it really compete with corporate media and right-wing media at this point?
Don't listen to her, the bitch is crazy.
I mean, the most watched cable news network is Fox News, with Tucker Carlson being the most watched host on that platform. The most watched host on that platform. But to buttress your point, because you are right, if you take a look at other questions in this very poll, it's just demonstrably true that there's racism at the front and center.
There's no subtlety at all. At all. So, look guys, changing demographics are real. If the demographics were naturally shifting towards the country being more white, would I be upset? Of course not. Why the hell would I be upset?
We were celebrating it, obviously.
Because they're not white. And if Democrats are upset and they're like, oh, the changing demographics are bad for us, I would tell them, hey schmucks, why don't you go get the votes of white people? What's wrong with you?
Right.
Right?
Oh, well, white people never vote for us. Why? Then why don't you help them? And not white people specifically, why don't you help all Americans so they all vote for you?
But Republicans, by the way, have never even considered that. Why don't we go get the votes of Latinos and black people?
Why not, you stupid bastard?
Oh, no, we don't. Nah. They're so racist, they don't even want your vote.
You know why?
Are you stupid or something?
Because, look, think about everything that Republicans have campaigned on for decades. Since the 1970s, it's all been culture war stuff. So hating on people and being,
peddling racist politics
is their bread and butter. That is what they rely on for their campaigning. That's it. They're gonna keep doing it. This is all they've got. And on the other side, What do you get from Democrats who have now been captured by the same corporate interests? Finger wagging, language policing. Today, AOC talking about, oh, my colleagues won't use Latinx.
Even though Latinos don't want to be called Latinx. What are you doing, AOC? What are you doing? What are you doing? What is this? We were celebrating it, obviously.
Because they're not white.
So of course the school board caved. They voted 4-1 with 2 abstentions to pass an anti-CRT and anti-1619 project resolution, but the crowd was still riled up. Of course, that's not what they wanted.
They wanted blood.
The administrators then asked Lewis if she would consider a different position in Cherokee, but she turned them down after all the vitriol and the threats that she'd received. This is just half of the story, you guys, because as I said, she got run out of multiple counties.
Let's just be honest about who those folks are. All the parents you saw in that video are the new
Ku Klux Klan.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
It jumped up a notch.
It did, didn't it?
So she doesn't even know what CRT is, let alone plan to teach it. When they asked her, she thought it was about cultural relativity or something along those lines.
And so they're like, oh, we don't care, you're black. We don't want you here.
You're black.
We assume you're gonna teach certain things because
you're black.
You tell me you're not gonna teach it, I don't care.
You're black.
So all these racist Klan members right there get together and like,
don't hire the black person, don't hire the black person.
I mean, how are you not the world's worst racist?
You monsters.
Oh no, I don't want my kids being taught that maybe black people were discriminated against, okay? I don't want it. I don't want a black teacher teaching him.
Okay, if you don't want a black teacher teaching your kids, you are the
definition of a racist.
Let alone when you say things like,
we're gonna hunt you down. We're gonna hunt you down. Let alone when you say things like, we're gonna hunt you down. We're gonna hunt you down. That's exactly what the Klan said. That's exactly what the Klan said. She made the mortal mistake of going down to the South as a black person. We're gonna hunt you down. That's exactly what the Klan said. And look at them, they're all egged on by Tucker Carlson. We're gonna hunt you down. That's exactly what the Klan said. That's exactly what the Klan said. Oh, we gotta get this on tape for our Klan leader. The Grand Wizard's gonna be so happy.
And probably Jimmy Dore and Glenn Greenwald will come on and go, oh yeah, no, they're right, they shouldn't hire any black people. That's what the left believes. Yeah, okay, so.
We got a bunch of disgusting pigs on Tucker Carlson's show. That is pushing out this poison into America every day. Poison, poison. That girl is poison. Poison. And then you get all these riled up Klan members going,
black teacher, we're gonna hunt you down, black teacher.
Right wing says the biggest problem in the country is what? Cancel culture. They just got her fired from 2 different, for the first job, and then they chased her out of town on the second job. Why? Because
she was black.
In the first school, the administrators are at fault for not realizing that they live in a town filled with Klansmen. So they were trying to do the right thing and do diversity as part of the curriculum. Oh, like, hey, there's other people in the world. There's black people, there's Asian people. You're gonna run into them at some point. And you know what? You shouldn't just attack them because of the color of their skin. And the town said, no!
No, we wanna teach our kids to be racist.
So we'll lead by example. You know where they got together the first time?
Golf course. So the new Klan doesn't have hoods, and it gets together at golf courses, and they showed their kids through their example of their own racism and hatred. If you see someone black, attack them and try to ruin their lives.
So it's It's disgusting on every level. They love cancel culture. And you know, the Klan loved cancel culture too.
That's what lynchings were.
You want to talk about cancel culture, okay?
Why are you the way that you are?
Oh, minorities are lazy, they don't even want to do their own work. Said the guys who had slaves to do their work for them. The world's laziest, most hateful people.
Turns out that's how the South still is in a lot of places. And I would never live there. And they'll say,
oh, we don't want you.
I know. Because
you're born Muslim, man. Look at him, he's brown. We don't want you anyway. We don't like foreigners.
I know this because you're racist. And I don't want my kids exposed to poison that the new Klan spreads all across the country. And thank you, Tucker.
No!
Poison.
I was overweight and looked terrible, but AIDS helped me lose 46 pounds. The AIDS diet plan helped me lose 28 pounds.
And the appetite suppressant in AIDS is not a stimulant.
AIDS helped me to lose 18 pounds, and it doesn't contain anything to make me nervous.
Question, why take diet pills when you can enjoy AIDS?
Starting a chapter is a great step to get engaged, get involved, and maybe you actually might get engaged too. If you start it, you might meet someone you're gonna get engaged to. So it's equally good. People say, Charlie, I can't meet anyone. If you wanna go meet conservative men that have their act together, that aren't like woke beta men, like start a Turning Point USA chapter, you'll meet a lot of them. Guarantee it.
That was Charlie Kirk at the Young Women's Leadership Summit, which has a great name. And if you're not privy to who Charlie Kirk is, you might be fooled into going to this summit. Listen, different strokes for different folks. That's like my new favorite thing. I say it all the time.
What you doing, Mom?
Because there might be women out there who love that model of a relationship.
More power to you.
Now, in my marriage, right? I like to see it as a partnership. We have a partnership, okay? And honestly, one of the hottest things my husband did was physically defend me after someone assaulted me.
I think about it all the time. Super freaking hot, right?
You're ugly, you're disgusting.
I know that's a traditional way of thinking about masculinity. It is what it is. It's what I like.
Wow. Crazy. You're crazy, girl.
However, I also run the household and am an earner.
And
take care of our finances, take care of a lot of things, both untraditional, but also very traditional. I go home, I cook a meal, I clean, but it works for us. But like, what's up with the weird, perverted fantasy of marrying a virgin?
I think I'm ready. You know, to have sex. Kinda kinky.
I rigged this room with explosives. Premarital sex is a sin. Have fun rotting in hell, Beth.
That's why I choose anal sex. I mean, sure, it hurts a little, and I wind up walking funny for a day or two, but I think my future's worth it.
Okay, she's never been with anyone else.
Exactly.
Okay, I mean, look, but I want to be clear. I agree with Anna. She almost started a religion whose mantra was "You do you, boo." You do you, boo. You do you, boo.
Yes.
Okay.
Still believe it.
So God bless. Okay. So if you agree with Charlie Kirk, well, okay. I mean, that's your life. It's not my life. Okay, I believe in freedom. So go find a manly, conservative guy
who's gonna be great to you, by the way, and who's not gonna cheat on you, even though you give him all the power.
Right.
Kind of
the right wing, notoriously in favor of freedom. But I'll just note for the women who think they want that or are convinced that they want that. Financial freedom's really important.
You know?
Back in the day when women didn't have that financial freedom.
Women didn't even have the right to get a credit card without their husband's permission until like the 1970s.
Just some stuff we should remember this country's history a little bit. You know,
history is important.
I know Republicans are trying to burn the books that teach us about that history, but I'm here to remind you about what it was really like for women when they were forced by the government to be submissive to their partners, to their husbands. Now, Candace Owens was there, you know.
gaggle of great gals.
Like Candace Owens showed up, and she wanted to talk about how she could help women use their femininity to find a good conservative catch. Let's watch.
Men don't like women that act like men, unless they're gay, right? I mean, that's literally like, they're looking at a woman and they're thinking, is she going to be the mother of my children? I'm telling you, it's like this weird lie. The more successful I become, the more men are going to want me. And in reality, what it really does is it makes men feel smaller. They don't know what their role is. You guys are now polarized pieces of each other. You know what I mean? You're fighting against each other as opposed to having this symbiotic relationship. Shouldn't you be at home, Candace?
Yeah, go cook me.
Is your husband okay with this? Is this allowed? I mean, doesn't she do a talk show? Your husband must find you super unattractive. He must be disgusted by you.
You don't want to be like this. This is disgusting. This is awful in every way.
I mean, because we all know you're raking in far more than 6 figures.
Honey, we all know that. All right, grifting away for the white man.
So your husband must hate that, right? Your husband must want you to stay at home and continue having babies and to shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Right? What happened? Why are you up on that stage and why are you doing a talk show? Why are you
working?
I mean, you should practice what you preach. What happened? It's so pathetic. It's unbelievable.
So here's my advice to Candace Owens based on her ideology, not mine. Step 1, shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Step 2, retire. Step 3, don't even give that speech.
You're not allowed to.
Okay.
Who cares what you think?
But nobody cares.
Are you leading a conversation
Yeah,
right now?
why are you leading? You only your
So why are you yapping away, woman? Step 3, go make your husband a sandwich. That's what you're good for. You know, they tell you that men will really want successful career women. Women. I don't know anybody says that. Like, you know, the whole world isn't about attracting men.
Right,
like,
yeah, exactly.
Like, you know, you could just have a successful career because you want to be successful. Because you like to do something in the world. You like to accomplish something. You like to have your own money. You like to have independence.
And let me just say,
not be dependent on some rando guy.
And that milkshake does in fact bring the boys to the yard.
I should know.
Yes.
My brother who lives in Houston, I said, he's a car collector. I said, you like Ferraris, right? He said, yeah, of course. I said, if we went to the dealership right now, and you could walk on the showroom floor, pick any Ferrari you wanted, and they give you the key, and they give you the title. The only thing they said is you can't test drive it, but you can have it. Would you take it? He goes, of course, I'd be foolish if I didn't. I said, that's right. I found a Ferrari. I ain't got a test driver.
Hot. Can you imagine saving yourself for marriage and just like sleeping with the same, like what if he sucks?
What if he's not into it? What if he, like a lot of conservative men, he's actually gay? You know,
he's actually gay. You know,
the fuck did you just say?
The Republican Party, especially over the last several years, has tried really, really hard to rebrand itself, right? Cool guys, philosopher, cool guys, philosopher, cool kids, philosopher, like,
ooh, populist, right-wing populism.
No, it's the same stuff. It's super creepy, and I'm not here for that.
And they brought up a model of a kind of male you should marry. This is literally what happened. They brought up Kyle Rittenhouse. Oh, here's somebody who killed 2 people. That's the kind of maniac you should marry.
Cool, definitely want to be led by him.
By the way, it got wild applause. So hey, have at it, Hoss. Oh, I'm sorry, you got acquitted. You still killed them, Kyle. The only reason why you're famous is because you killed 2 people. And the
bloodthirsty Republicans and right-wingers love that you killed those people.
And hey, look, now you might get married to someone who likes bloodthirsty men.
You know, shut your mouth.
I should know.
Like.
Superhero.
Like.
Super.